Hello everyone, and welcome to the announcement of the Hearthstone expansion. Turns out it was Trolls. So ding ding goes to the winner who thought it was Trolls. It was Trolls. Although, an important distinction here is that even though it says it's Rastakhan's Rumble, I've heard some whispers that it's actually based more on the Gurubashi arena in Stranglethorn. So while it is mostly troll themed with Loa and stuff like that, I think we're going to be seeing little hints of Stranglethorn, and I mean, since there are trolls everywhere, we might see a little bit from all the other places where you find trolls, like Zuldrak and the Amani and stuff like that. So they're all over the place. Maybe we'll see some hints of all the different places that they are. I don't know. This is my first time actually looking at it. This is just my initial reactions looking at the thing. I noticed it on Twitter, and that's where I heard the thing with the Gurubashi Arena. So I haven't watched the cinematic trailer yet. Let's watch the cinematic trailer together, yeah? Let's do that, and then we'll go down and we'll look at the cards and the events and all the stuff. Sorry for the low quality. I really wanted to just get it loaded so I could watch it.
By earth, by air, rain and fire. The only things a real troll desire. First to smash and to mash and to bash and maybe mangle. Here in Stranglethorn, you'll be warned. My Loa's gonna trash ya. Say your prayers with voodoo bashi bashi. Time for fun, we're gonna run ya through. Too bad for you.
It's only once a generation.
One victor wins the confrontation.
Standing here, got no fear. I'm the best in the arena.
Man, you never seen a hero cut you down to zero.
Victory is no joke. Careful at your door. Get your star, it's our star is born. Here in Stranglethorn.
All right, that's pretty awesome. That almost sounded kind of Disney, sort of Disney, a little bit. I don't know. It was very catchy. It almost reminds me of Road to El Dorado a little bit. Not like the actual song Road to El Dorado, but like the It's Tough to Be a God sound. Or a couple of those other songs where it does a little bit more of a jungle beat than sing-songy. That was really interesting, and they did say in the thing, in Stranglethorn, in the Gurubashi arena. So yeah, I'm super interested. I am not super good at troll lore, because trolls are really weird about their lore. Because they're how Loa spirits work is weird. But I'll do my best. Let's just go down and we'll look at some of the stuff, yeah? So, into the fray. Being a troll means being fierce, smart, and fearless. Many hopefuls have answered Rastakhan's call, but only the finest competitors will rise to the top. So, we'll look at the cards a little bit later. I want to look at everything else first, then we'll go to the cards, because I've got the other thing loaded up already for the cards up here. So, skipping the cards, so we've got Overkill. Cards with Overkill trigger additional effects when they attack a minion by doing damage that exceeds the minion's health. So, if you hit something and it does more health than what is already there. So, I understand Overkill basically more from Final Fantasy, like Final Fantasy X, where Overkill is something that is a bonus in that as well. So, okay, that's pretty easy to understand. It's Overkill. Got it. Very easy to understand. Spirits. Spirits are special minions with abilities that can turn the tide of battle. Elusive creatures. Spirits enjoy stealth the first turn they're in play. What I'm not sure about is why they had to, like, why did they go that they have elusive abilities and then specify, oh, No, they just have stealth the first turn. I guess that means that spirit cards are always going to be understated, but will always have crazy high value abilities attached to them, and then have stealth for one turn so that they make sure that, barring board clear, you're definitely going to get it off at least once. And so it's sort of a title for kicker cards that make other cards better. So that's interesting. And then the Loa. Among the countless brawlers who are competing in Rastakhan's Rumble, a handful of legendary Loa are ready to shake the competition to the core. This is going to be really interesting, because we know some Loa. We don't know all the Loa, and we're not going to get all the Loa, but I'm assuming, it being Hearthstone, they're going to choose some of the lesser-known Loa or make up new Loa. Either one is cool. If we get some recognizable names, it would be cool. I definitely want to see the Loa of Kings. And seeing Bwomsamdi would also be pretty cool. Alright, rolling down, we got the Rumble Run, which is the new adventure. I didn't talk about the Puzzle Labs, because honestly, I don't like I didn't even like the idea of the Puzzle Labs. And I didn't enjoy the Puzzle Labs, and I think it's the only adventure I actually haven't finished out of all of the adventures. So, that's that. But let's talk about the Rumble Run. Time to throw down and prove your worth. 8 of the most fearsome troll contenders stand between you and ultimate glory. First, you choose your team. You start your run by picking one of 3 randomly selected troll champions. This determines your class for this run and gives you a powerful minion on the board at the start of each match. And then shrines. You and your opponent both start with your shrines in play. Your shrine grants you a special boon tied to your Loa. Interesting. Win and grow strong. Advance in the Rumble adds powerful spells and minion cards to your deck as you progress. So, it's sort of similar to the previous adventures like Witchwood and Kobolds and Catacombs, except they're building off more again. So, Kobolds and Catacombs you picked from the 9 static races, and then Monster Hunt you picked from 4 races that were multiple races combined into one with a new hero power. Now, you pick 3 randomly selected heroes, and what heroes you choose, sorry, if you can hear my stomach, I am feeling really sick right now, and I'm trying to get this video done as fast as I can. That is why I'm talking so fast. I need to go and take care of this. So if you can hear that, I'm very sorry. I'm trying to get this done. Anyway, so yeah, you pick from the 3 troll champions, and that will give you your class, and then it'll also give you a powerful champion based on the 3, and then based on your powerful champion, I'm guessing that helps you choose your Loa, and then your Loa helps decide what kind of shrine you have, and what kind of shrine you have gives you different boons, so it gets super mixy-matchy, so that every run can be slightly different. That is very interesting. Okay. I'm super excited for that. Let's move on to the cards. Okay, so these are the 4 cards that have been revealed so far. I think we're going to get more soon. Usually they reveal it like a couple each day. Well, no. Usually they wait a couple of days, like a full week or 2, and then they have a reveal stream, an initial reveal stream, and then they have a bunch of cards released over the course of a couple weeks, and then they have the final reveal stream the day before or 2 days before the actual expansion comes out, and it stands to reason it's going to come out sometime in early December. It usually comes out around December 1st to 5th, so it'll probably be around then. It might be earlier. I've only seen one expansion in the list come out in like before December 1st. And it was close to December 1st because I think it got like held back. So it was supposed to be on the 30th, but then it got pushed. and it was like almost midnight or something. I don't remember off the top of my head. Let's just go through the cards, yeah? So we're starting off with the Spirit of the Shark. I wish that would go away. So Spirit of the Shark, it's a rogue card, 4 mana, 0/3, stealth for 1 turn. Your minions' battle cries and combos trigger twice. Now, just to remind you guys, if you haven't seen my thing before, I don't do stars or anything like that. I do a yes, I think this is good, maybe it'll see play, or no, I don't think it's very good, or no, I don't think it'll see play. And I do initial judging, and then when I do a card opening, I do a revised judging based on the cards I get and on the cards that have been revealed at that point. I will sometimes backtrack if we see that a clear theme is forming, but I usually only do that if it's a very clear theme that is forming. So that's how I do card judging. So for Spirit of the Shark, it's a 4 mana 0/3, which isn't very good. I get the stealth for 1 turn, but that's very susceptible to all kinds of board clear. And on turn 4 to 5, it's very easy to get rid of this with any kind of board clear. So, and you wouldn't be able to get any minions or combos out on that very well unless it's very late game, in which case it really needs a good 4 or 5 mana card that has a really good battle cry or combo attached to it. There are a couple combo cards out right now, but none of them are in standard. Like, all the good combo cards are in wild. There's plenty of good battle cries, though, and for Mage, I think it'll actually be okay, because Mage is very good about getting some good combos and battle cries off. I could totally see a turn a turn 7 or 8 play where you played this, and then you play the card that sends 3 cards into your deck. Only now it's sending 6 cards into your deck. It would require something else to be on board, because I don't think you'd want to put 6 of this card in your deck. I don't think it's worth that at all. But something else like a Pogo Hopper or something that you manage to sneak out, or it could be a particularly good 10 mana play, and then on the next turn, if this survives that 10 mana play, then you could play something that draws those Pogo Hoppers out. Then it might be good. I'm gonna give this a very cautious maybe. I honestly don't think it's gonna see much play, but because combo and rogue go together, like, rogues are the only thing that does combos. So if anything will work with this, it would be rogue. There is a chance that we could see a battle cry combo rogue, or the resurgence of a pseudo miracle rogue with this card. Not too confident about that, but we'll see. To be fair, I don't know Rogue very well. I'm very bad at Rogue, so I'm going to give this a very cautious maybe. Next, the Loa card that is revealed, the Paladin Loa. Shavala the Tiger, 25 cost, the most expensive card, I think. Second only to, actually equal only to the Molten Giant when it was nerfed, and that nerf has since been rescinded. So that's 20 mana, I think. It was 25 for a while. 7/5 Beast, Divine Shield, Rush, and Lifesteal. Costs 1 less mana for each mana you've spent on spells. So this would be put into a spell or buff paladin. That hasn't really seen a whole lot of play recently. It saw a whole lot more play in the past. There was a spell warrior for a while. There was some attempt at some other different kinds of spell-based paladins. There was a buff paladin for a while. It worked very well with hand buffing paladin. There are plenty of buffs in paladin, but, well, actually no, there is that one echo, the echo card. But this, I'm not sure. We would need more cards similar to that one card where if it gains a bonus, it gains taunt and lifesteal. We need to see more cards like that to make it more worth it to put more buff cards into our deck than minions. Or if magnetic cards, if you use them as buffs, count as spells, that could also work. I don't know that that's the case. I don't think it is. I think they still count as minions. And as a 7/5, yeah, with Divine Shield, Rush, and Lifesteal, that is a massive wombo combo. Especially if you've got Kangor out and this heals you for 14. It is a huge swing play. But Paladin does not care about beasts at all. It is way understated unless you get its mana. You would need to get this thing's mana down to 6. 6 mana is about where you'd want to play this, which would mean that you'd need to play 19 spells before you could play this card. 19 spells is a lot of spells. I don't see that really happening. But it is early days. Maybe. I'm going to give this a maybe. It's possible. Because if you do get it out for 6 mana or less, then it can be a huge swing turn, and it'll be super worth it because you're damaging a minion. It has to be a minion. You can't go face with Rush. You damage a minion for 7 damage and heal 7 damage. So that's 14 damage in total attack power on play. Plus, it has Divine Shield, so it takes no damage from the thing unless it's got poisonous, in which case I don't know why you're using this against a poisonous minion. But point is, 14 damage on play plus it being a 7/5. You'd still want this to be played at 6 mana, which is 19 spells. But if there's a deck that exists for that, this will be an excellent card for that. Maybe you could play around and create a deck specifically for this card. I'm not sure. So I'm giving it a maybe. I've spieled as much as I can. Yo, real quick postscript. I'm in the middle of editing the video, and I reread Shrivala, and it says costs 1 less for each mana you've spent on spells, not costs 1 less for each spell. That makes it a whole lot easier. You still want to have spent at least 19 mana, but you can do that actually pretty easily. Just over here, I've loaded up all the Paladin spells here, so all you really need is, say, Blessing of Kings plus a Consecration and Equality combo. That's 10 right there. And then add a Spike Ridge Steed. That's 16. And then Sound the Bells to finish that off. If you get one over, or if you get multiple, if you only use Sound the Bell once, that makes it to 18 instead of 19, which makes it slightly overly expensive, but not unreasonably so. And then any subsequent uses of Sound the Bells just makes it more and more worth it, to the point where you could actually make it free just with those cards alone. That's only 5 cards. I think, hold on. I lost count in the middle of talking. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 cards that you'd need to put in the deck. And that's assuming that you only want one of any of those. If you instead want to boot Blessing of Kings and instead have 2 copies of Sound the Bells, then you could do that. Having that deck with Shrivala plus the last Kaleidosaur would be really easy and simple to do. The only thing is that you'd have to have cast all of those spells before you summon Shrivala, which can be a bit of a pain. In that case, you would want to put in more stuff. You could, in theory, use Lost in the Jungle plus level up. That's 6 mana instead of the Spike Ridge Steed or something, or on top of it. You could use, say, Christology. You could Avenging Wrath. Or you could use cards like the Murloc, like they used in the video, to bring the spells back into your hand, and then you get to play them again anyway. So yeah, I just wanted to clear that up before I put the video out, because I knew that I was going to get some hate. Also, I know I flubbed a whole lot. I called the rogues mages, I called the paladin warriors. I didn't notice it. It's my jargon aphasia acting up or something. I don't know. It was just me being flustered, and it happens. Alright, Sharkfin Fan, neutral card, 2 mana, 2/2 pirate. After your hero attacks, summon a 1/1 pirate. Let's see, things. This sort of reminds me of the Quillbore that gains a +1/+1 when your hero attacks, and that was best in Druid and Rogue. Druid. Yeah, Druid and Rogue. It saw some play in Paladins and Warriors, but it was best in Druid and Rogue. This would probably want to be in those, and honestly, it could be in either of those. Both of those sort of like little tokens. So, yeah, put this into like any sort of a token Druid. Yeah, it's pirates. Nobody cares about pirates. Nobody cares about that either. God damn it, Windows 10. I don't know how to make those stop. But yeah, Druids don't care about pirates. Rogues care about pirates. And this could be good for pirates. Maybe it'll bring about a resurgence of a pirate deck. Pirate Warrior is still sort of a thing. Not very much of a thing anymore, but it's still sort of a thing. So you could see this in Pirate Warrior. You could see this in Pirate Rogue. You could see this in Token Druid. It's a very Stop it! It's a very diverse card. Ugh. And 2 mana 2/2 on its own just isn't bad. So I think this will see at least some play, some experimentation. Next, and finally, Solthrazi. Is it Solthrazi or is it Solthraze? I think it's Solthrazi. 6 mana, 4/4 warrior weapon. Overkill, you may attack again. We saw that on the preview. This is the Overkill preview card. 6 mana, 4/4 weapon is kind of crap, but if you kill a minion with it, you can attack again. So you could, theoretically, hit a minion, hit a minion, hit a minion, and hit a minion, or hit a minion, hit a minion, hit a minion, go face. If you killed all the minions you hit with it. That would require some math, but a World Warrior deck or something to that effect could definitely benefit off of this card. It does do 4 damage, and it has 4 hits, which are both very good. Means it has lasting power, and it does a large amount of damage. 6 mana is really expensive for it, but it has the potential to be good. There was that one card, the Mace. I think it was 3 mana, 3/4, and you could do this same thing, except you couldn't hit the opponent's face with it, and that saw no play whatsoever. This having the ability to attack face gives some versatility to it. It may not be worth it to have a 4/4 weapon that can attack face for 6, but being able to attack a minion, kill it, and then attack face, to doing a total of, being able to attack twice with a weapon, maybe that's worth the 6. It is 8 damage. It's not impossible to think about that. So I'd probably give this a maybe, I think. Yeah. It might see some play. It has a chance, but I personally think it might be a little bit too slow at 6 mana. We'll have to see. We need more weapon synergy. There is lots of weapon synergy for Warrior, admittedly, but with it being 6 mana, I don't know. I think it might be too expensive. Anyway, So that is the reveal. That is the card review. I hope you enjoyed. I talked way too long about it. I am really sick. I'm getting notifications. Oh my god. The world is falling down around me. What is even happening? I'm going blonde and cross-eyed. Goodbye, everybody.